Alrighty, guys, it is 3:30. Time to wrap it up for today. It is Monday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And we are holding on to the gains, at least for now. Finally, we got a little bit of selling right at the 3 o'clock, right before 3 o'clock, they started kicking in. This is the thing. I mean, you're sitting in a slow-mo day grind to the upside like this, in a slow grind. And you never know when they're going to knock it down. And here's a small knockdown, at least down to the mode. Initial balance high, maybe the mean. We'll see how far they take it. But I mean, at this point, you can see how fast they knocked it down as soon as a little bit of selling kicks in. So I mean, that's very cautious about the hopping on any trades here, getting long on this. I kind of had to buy the high or buy pretty aggressive to get long if you're going to be in this. And you could just sitting in that trade for a freaking 2 hours and there's nothing. It's just slowly grinding to the upside and then suddenly just knock you down. Stop you out at the break-even point or something. So anyway, it is one of those slow-mo days. As long as they hold above the 5680s, I mean, I would say that's a good spot. If they can hold above that, that was the low of Friday as well. If they can hold above that, I would start off on the long side. If they close below it, I would start off a range bound. And if it close below that 5655s, the session lows, I would, the overnight session low and the session low, I would start off from the short side. So that's kind of the way I'm starting this off, I think, in the overnight. It's the good news is that we did not get any of that early strength and big knockdown throughout the day, at least yet. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen now either. So as I said, above the 5680s, stay on the long side. Below it, stay range bound, and if they close below 5650s, I would stay on the short side. That's the way to go about it. And so far, it's been a pretty good. We had some good earnings come out after the close. Palantir is one of those little AI stocks, and if that comes out good, that could certainly lift the whole freaking thing. So that's one of those stocks. And the Meta and Microsoft is to the upside. Palantir is holding on. So most of the other AI stocks a little bit to the downside, but because you can tell, I mean, anticipation for the post close earnings here. So that's how we get started in the overnight. I'm just kind of happy that we didn't get a big sell-off here in this Monday. And the last couple of Mondays have been pretty gnarly. Though the prior Monday we had a good recovery at the half day, but man, bond market just range bound. They're back in that lower attraction 114.16s. I would start off range bound. Look to buy weakness down to the 114.07s. Look to sell strength up to the 114.25s, and that's pretty much it. If they close, they start trading above the 114.25. Maybe start on the long side and below that. I'm gonna adjust this edge a little bit. It's gonna be 114, maybe 9 to 10 here. Below that edge, we're gonna be looking at the short side of it. So fairly tight range on the bonds going into the overnight. On the Nasdaq, pretty good move to the upside as well. The same story there. Look at that squeeze. I've been sitting here waiting. That's like, should I get in? Should I get in? And then you're waiting for that little pullback to buy it, and it's so quick. You miss it, and then you don't want to chase it. But you could have been in a pretty good trade. 150 up to the 190 is like 40, 50 points to the upside. So a good 100, $200, or $100 maybe to the upside on a single contract. But unless you took profit at one point here, which is it's just, at one point you're gonna you would just get shaken out. How quickly they knocked it down. So it's a light volume. It's like this typical long trend. It's like a grinder to the upside and an elevator to the downside. I would just start off range bound at this point. If they close above actually they had to close above the 120s for me to start off on the long side. So they're trading right there now. If they close below that edge, there would be that support area from Friday at 130s. I would start off range bound, and below that, the 20,000s, I would start off on a short side. So same dynamic there, but let's see if they can hold on to this now going into the overnight. Maybe see a little bit of strength. So if they can hold on to this, they may have a good shot at get some action going now into tomorrow's trading. Oil and gold, interesting dynamic here on gold. Oil first, real quick, not doing much. You see they has been sideways all day around 57, so not much going on oil. I would start off range bound. If anything, it buys to the downside, given they haven't been able to retrace a whole lot. And then gold, look at gold going into the close. This is interesting. So if gold going to pop like this, it could be a sign that there's something going on. So we may see some action, some fallout of this. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but usually gold I mean, when the gold moves like this, it have a nice move after because they had a big overnight move, then nothing throughout the whole day session, and now late in the session they're back at it again. This it could be something could be up, you know. A red flag, I don't know what it is yet, but I would start off on the long side on gold. That they're up above the 40s. If they clear the 50s, that's this morning. That's when I said start leaning in on the long side. But given this, I will start earlier. I would start now above the 40s to stay on the long side of this and see if there's something going on here. So we may see a good pop in the overnight to the upside here on gold. So that's all in gold. Say gold from the long side, bond, oil range bound back to the ES, and we'll see if they can hold on to that level they're at now. News for tomorrow. Tomorrow we get the Fed meeting beginning. We have international trade at 8:30, a 10-year auction at once. So not a whole lot of news. I mean, more than the Fed meeting begins and that 10-year auction at once. So all right, so that's May 6th. We'll see you back bright and early in the morning and let's see what happened in the overnight, especially to gold there. So, all right, guys, I'll see you back then. Later.